Polly James, I've had a lot of questions in my mind to ask you, and I've sat through the performance so spellbound I've forgotten half of them.
Very kind of you.
How is the tour going?
It's going extremely well, actually. It's very, very enjoyable. The only thing that's a little bit difficult is the travelling. You know, we've got... that's not so bad next week because the places are nearer, but this week they've been a bit spread out.
If you can hear sort of a slight gap in between folks, it's not because either has stuck for words, but Polly James is absolutely sort of inundated with autographs she's signing at the moment here, and I'm letting her get along and signing them.
So do carry on talking.
What sort of a following have you had on the tour because of the Liver Birds?
Well, it's hard to tell. I would hope that it's not just because of that. I mean, it's an extremely good programme. And of course, Michael Williams and Martin Best have both got their own very considerable following. We hope that people aren't coming thinking that it's going to be a play. In various places it hasn't really been fully described as an anthology of songs, music, poetry, prose. And so I think some people, if they see just Polly James in the Man Trap, think it's an episode of Liver Birds, possibly.
You seem to keep very happy. Are you of a happy nature all the time?
Yes, on the whole, I'm a very cautious person, but I think so. I'm actually optimistic is much more a word I would use. I mean, I'm not ever smiling and cheerful. I can't pretend that. I've got rather a bad temper sometimes, but I am optimistic.
Do you often travel in the West Country, or do you just make some brief excursions?
It's amazing, really, because yes, I did when I was at RADA, at drama school. And then when I was at the Northcott, Exeter, for a year, we travelled again, we toured the Southwest. I feel now as though I'm kind of destined to do it every few years. I like it very much.
The Liver Birds, I must say something about that.
What?
I should have thought, again, being a jolly person, you must have enjoyed doing it.
We enjoyed it very, very much. Very much. Nurse and I had a marvellous time on that.
Good evening. Martin Best just come in the room. Don't go away, Martin, because you might be needed later on. I'm going to ask you both the same question simultaneously at the same time. Have you ever been in hospital?
Yes, I have. Yes.
I hate to ask you what for.
Once for exhaustion.
Sheer exhaustion?
Yes. Pure physical exhaustion.
Does that happen a lot in your profession?
Oh, I think it probably does, yes. Happened to me about 6 years ago. And I simply had to just sleep for about 4 days.
Sheesh. Well, that's something which our listeners possibly a side of the business they've never heard about.
Oh yes, I think the strains of this business are such that probably happens more often. I mean, at the time I was living in bedsits in London, so I didn't really it was that was the better of the two alternatives. But I think it probably does happen quite a lot.
It's not an easy life.
It's an enjoyable life.
It's not easy to get rest.
No.
That's right.
And I must say that I can quite see why that happened. I didn't know that happened.
Yes, about in Green Gables.
Oh, that's right. I remember.
Well, I was doing two things at once, you see. I was doing a musical in town, and I was starting the television series. And suddenly there I was, working 7 days a week, from doing a musical and
in two entirely different roles.
Right, that's right.
Yes.
And I suddenly was just tired out.